Happy Friday. Yes, this is Friday. Whew. It has been a week. It has been a week, a week, a week. I have an injured kid, right? So this week has completely thrown me off. It has completely changed the trajectory of everything that's on the schedule, which is fine because things happen, right? So we have to be flexible and and just open to adjusting, right? And that's I am. But it has definitely been a week. I have been waking up trying to remember, okay, what is today? Oh, today's Wednesday. Oh, today's Thursday. Oh, it's Friday. So I wanted to get on here just to kind of, it's probably more so for me, but maybe it'll be helpful for someone else as well. I just needed to talk, right? I am I am an individual that has learned how to talk myself. So I use a lot of my coping mechanisms and strategies that I would give my clients when I was working in the mental health field. A lot of things that I would give them to cope and work through their struggles. I've learned to use those things and more with myself. And I actually started doing that a few years ago when I started my healing journey back almost 4 or 5 years ago. I just had an epiphany one day, 4.5 years ago. And it was like the Lord was like, girl, why are you settling for these things for yourself? Use some of those same strategies that you would give your clients. Put them to work in your own life, okay? And so I don't necessarily find just talk therapy beneficial for me. I definitely find therapy beneficial for myself, and I feel like I will always be a participant in therapy, even if it's just to check in, right? Getting a checkup just like you do when you go to your PCP, or your yearly checkup that you should be getting as a woman, or just like you go and you get a checkup on your car, oil change. Like, that's how I am. That's me. Routine checkups. And so, but what I found is that I really am more open, and I find that it's more helpful to have a therapist that gives me practical steps to reach my goals versus just talking. Talking is fine, but I like to talk through things to get to a final solution. I don't want to just run my mind through these cycles of things that have happened and things that are happening. Get me into a solution. That's what I want. And if I have to take steps to get there, I'm okay with doing that. Give me some work. That's what I need, work. Okay? And so I wanted to get on here because I need to talk through some emotions. And this may be helpful for someone else. So I was like, hey, let me just do a video. This has really been a challenging week. And what I've noticed is I have started to, because of the challenges, I think I've noticed that my spending has increased this past week. So if you listen, Amazon is everybody's friend, I would imagine, right? But even in those moments of adding to cart and checking out, I had to take a moment and ask myself, okay, Jolanda, what are you trying to fulfill in this moment? What void or, gratification, or what is the thing that you're trying to feel in this moment? Because you don't really need this. So why do you feel like you need it? And what are you trying to fulfill in this moment? And so like I said, I've been on a healing journey for 4.5 years. If you have really stopped to self assess and to do healing, you will understand what I'm about to say. Healing is not just an end all be all destination. If you are doing the work, you are constantly going from level to level to level. And when I complete a cycle of healing, eventually the Lord will show me, oh, yeah, this right here, you need to go ahead and unwrap this box, dive into this compartment that you've stacked away. Now let's work on this. So it's like different compartments in my brain of areas in my life where I am having to do healing versus just thinking like I do it once and everything's gone. No. So a lot of us compartmentalize emotions and things that we're dealing with in people. And in order to really heal those things thoroughly, we have to go through each compartment, dig out whatever that thing is that we placed in there, and put on the back burner. Dig that out, acknowledge it, look at it, face it, and then do the work to clean it up, to fix it, to get rid of it, throw it away, whatever we have to do that's going to be beneficial for our healing. And so what I found this week is I have opened 2 other compartments, right? I noticed in my spending and I noticed in my eating. I am a very health conscious person, and I have been that way for quite some time, probably majority of my life, but I would say the last maybe 10 years or so, very, very health conscious, 10, 11 years. And I am now aware of emotional eating. And so just today I was like, okay, girl, you have had chips, you have had cookies, you had this, you have that. What are you dealing with right now? What emotion are you trying to succumb, push down, press down through this habitual habit of eating something that you don't necessarily and I'm not the type of person to deprive myself of everything. I think things are good in moderation. I do allow myself to eat things that may not necessarily be the healthiest thing occasionally, right? Like a bag of chips, okay? For example, or a handful of cookies. If I'm looking at the caloric intake and I know I can have 10 cookies and only get to 130 calories, okay, cool. Let me include this in my daily intake. But when I see that there's a pattern and I've grabbed this and I've grabbed that and I've grabbed this and I've grabbed that and I know I'm not necessarily hungry, I'm just grabbing just to grab, I just stop and ask myself, okay, Jolanda, what emotion are you dealing with right now? Like, what's going on? Yes, this has been a tough week. Yes, things have been different because the trajectory of your week have changed. Yes, you've had to make adjustments. Yes, it's been more challenging. Maybe that's why you feel the need to grab these snacks and you're not necessarily hungry. So I say that to say this. It is very important for us to be self-aware of what we're doing so that we can make those changes and create better habits, right? We want to become and we want to always be the best person that we need to be, that God has created us to be. Even when it comes down to my food, like, Lord, what should I eat today? What do I need to fuel my body with to be the person that you have called me to be today? Not just for me, but for whoever else that you put in my path. I need to be clear on that so that I can move and flow in your purpose and be in alignment. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm good because I'm self-aware, okay? And because I'm self-aware, I can fix whatever is coming up for me. I need you to be good and self-aware so that you can too fix whatever it is that's coming up for you. So if you need help, let me know. We all need help at some time or another. Have a great week.